The team that I want to win the CPL is the Jamaica Talawas. Many have expressed the views that the Talawas are finding form at the right time. I am guarded to say this. However, I would love for the Jamaica Talawas to win the 2023 CPL. The team that is going to win, though, I will tell you in a few minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the Cricket Forum. At the start of August, I said on this show that Shai Hope, or if you preferred, Shai Hope, will be the star of the 2023 CPL. I said he would be a revelation. Yesterday, at the Guyana National Stadium at Providence, on the outskirts of Georgetown, Shai Hope, as if responding to Alex Hale's century earlier in the day, cracked 9 magnificent fours and hit 8 beautiful sixes on his way to his first T20 century. It was a wonderful occasion under the lights at GNS. The fans were jumping in the stand. I heard in recent time commentators and pundits like he and Bishop starting to say the things that I've been saying months ago. And it is good that they are now recognizing that Shai Hope is a real class when it comes to T20 batsmanship. Back in August, Conrad, like many others, called me out. And I think his name is Conrad. And I want to quote Conrad. And I hope that Conrad will come from out under the stone that he is hiding. Because he was brave enough to say that I was wrong. He said, I was wrong. Shai Hope's strike rate will never improve. And so, Conrad, this morning, wherever you are hiding, I need you to come from out of the stone, from under the stone, and come and face the music. Now, there's something I saw yesterday that I want to call out. I realized that both Shai Hope and Alex Hales did not field after making the century. This should not allow to happen. The captains must put a stop to it. The opposing captain must deny the substitution, and the umpire must not allow it to happen also. Not because you make 100. And I would understand in the case of Alex Hales, who after carrying his bat through the innings, take an extra 5 or 10 minutes to recover. I would understand that. But I do not expect that after 10 minutes, he should still not be on the field. So I'm calling this out. It must not be allowed to happen. Not because you make a century. It doesn't give you the right not to take the field. And I must say again to the captains of the opposing teams, do not allow it. And the umpires must stamp it out. The rules and the laws of the game are clear. The umpires must stamp out this. What could happen also is that in the case of Hope, who spent the entire Barbados Royals innings off the field, I don't quite remember how many overs Royal, yeah, they batted their 20 overs. He should not be allowed to bat until the Guyana Amazon Warriors bat 20 overs. So the number of overs that you spent off the field, the next time your team is batting, you should not be allowed to bat before those overs have expired. I want to touch on Shamar Joseph. Earlier this year, during the regional 4-day cricket, I would have mentioned it. Last night, I heard one of the commentators briefly said something about it, but I just want to add a sentence or two. Shamar Joseph was a security guard. He used to play curry gold cricket, or gold curry cricket as they would call it in Guyana. His friends recognized his potential and started encouraging him to give it a go. But the economics of it didn't quite make sense because he was the breadwinner for the family. He wants to contribute to the financial situation of his family, and he sees the need to continue to work as a security guard. But his friends were persistent. And finally, his fiancée, who is the mother of his child, she decided that yes, you may go ahead and pursue your dream as a cricketer, and I will take on the financial responsibility of the family. What a good young lady that is. And so while we applaud Shamar Joseph, and he looks very good last night, clocking up to 140 plus kilometers per hour. And it is clear that as he becomes stronger and fitter and learn more about the game, he will be bowling faster. And so we congratulate him. But we must also give credence to the role that his fiancée has taken on. And we must applaud her for that. She's one of the few good women around. I look at Shamar Joseph last night, and I look at the Jamaica Talawas recruitment process. I look at the Barbados Royal recruitment process. I look at the recruitment process of the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. And I ask myself, what are those coaches and assistant coaches are doing? Why someone like Shamar Joseph was not in one of these squads? And so I want to see the head coaches take a better position, do some more work, do some more research in finding the talents in the Caribbean, and so that we will have more of them playing in the CPL. We must stop recruit substandard foreigners to come and play in the CPL, while we have better talents in the Caribbean sitting down, not doing anything. I am all for bringing in the international players. I am all for bringing in players who will contribute and improve the quality of our cricket in the region and the CPL. But we cannot be bringing in substandard players like Evans and Corbin Bosch, among others, while someone like Shamar Joseph is left in the wilderness. The other issue that I would like to look at is that I hope cricketers like Halik Hattanes, Kirk McKenzie, and to a lesser extent, who I just saw him play one match, Kevlin Anderson, but I was quite impressed with the way he batted. I remember back when the regional 4-day cricket was going on and Nandu make 100. And someone from Guyana who knows the players said to me that Kevlin Anderson was the better batsman. I am not here saying that Kevlin Anderson is better than Nandu. But what I saw last night from Nandu, I was very impressed. Not Nandu, Kevlin Anderson. I was very impressed. I am hoping that players like these three will not see T20 cricket as an immediate future. I want them to spend years, 2-3 years, improving their quality as batsmen, improving their craft, practicing all the strokes in the book. All these new strokes, nothing wrong with them. But spend 2-3 years developing your skill as a batsman, especially in red ball cricket. Work on your fitness. Work on your strength. I would be disappointed if at this stage in their career, they see T20 as a priority. The money from T20 cricket will come. Once you establish the skill, you get stronger and you get fitter. The amount of money that will be coming your way will be enormous. So I'm hoping that these guys are guided in this way. I thank you all for being here. It has been a great last 5 weeks in the CPL. It has now comes down to crunch time. The final 4 have been decided. Who will win this CPL? In a few moments, I will tell you. But I just want to look at some basic statistics in the CPL so far. And first, I must look at the top 5 batsmen. The top 5 batsmen is, sorry about that, the top 5 batsmen is Shai Hope at number 1. He's the only batsman to have scored over 400 runs in the tournament so far. His average of 58 and his strike rate of 149 also put him top of the matrix. I would have explained to you that the 2 most important matrix in T20 cricket for a batsman is his strike rate and his average. And so Shai Hope is the only one that has a matrix of over 200. And I'm talking about batsmen who have batted more than 5 times in the 10 matches. I am not talking about someone like Aidan Walsh, who would have batted in 1 match and have a strike rate of 250. I'm referring to players who have batted in at least 5 matches. Shepherd, Romario Shepherd, with an average of 82 and a strike rate of, I think, 241, as a combined strike rate and average of over 300. But apart from Romario Shepherd, yes, he has batted in more than 5 matches. Shai Hope is ahead of that chart. Hope is number 2 with 357 runs, and Andre Fletcher is at number 3 with 278 runs. Rounding out the top 5 is Guptill from Trinidad and Nicholas Pooran with 257 runs. I must point out here that Nicholas Pooran has an average of 36 and a strike rate of somewhere, I think, about 162, which put him very close to 200. But Martel Guptill strike rate of a 115 will not bother the Guyana Amazon Warriors on Wednesday. The top 5 West Indies batsmen, that means I eliminate Guptill, Hope. So the top 5 West Indies batsmen in the tournament so far is Hope, Fletcher, King, who is number 7th overall, and Johnson Charles, who is number 8 overall. When we look at the bowling so far, Jason Holder of the Barbados Royals continue to lead the bowling chart with 16 wickets. And when we are calling for the West Indies team to be picked, and we are saying that Jason Holder should not be in that team, let us remember that he was the leading wicket taker in the CPL up to the end of the group stage. Mark you, the Royals are not in the playoffs. So someone like Mohamed Amir, who's on 15, or Chris Green, who's on 13, and Wasim is on 13, Imran Tayer is on 12. They completed the top 5. They may go past Jason Holders. And persons who are talking about the Jamaica Talawas hitting top form at the right time will look at I don't know. But this thing always happen. But persons will see that 3 of the Jamaica Talawas bowlers are in the top 5. And this will definitely give them hope that the saying is bowlers win matches, bowlers win tournaments. And this will give the supporters of the Jamaica Talawas a lot of hope. When we look at the top 5 West Indies bowlers in the tournament, we saw where Joseph is 2nd among the Jamaicans. He's 8th overall. He's 7th overall, but 2nd among the West Indians with 12 wickets. Gutakesh Moti is also on 12 wickets. Chase, Ruston Chase, that man again, Ruston Chase is on 11. Andre Russell. Bowlers in the tournament. I do not know. It happens all the time. Whenever I'm on, it's always happened. I'm going to go to your comments because I honestly do not know what is happening here. I have no issue with the internet since morning, but as soon as the show starts, it thinks it is time to act up. Good morning, everyone in the chat, and welcome to this beautiful Monday morning when the final 4 in the CPL have been decided. You all know, as I said at the beginning, that I want the Jamaica Talawas to win. And please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. But when I think about it, and I'm serious now, just like back in August when I said that Shai Hope will be a revelation in the CPL, this is my honest and considered opinion. After looking at all the stats, looking at the players, looking at their performances, and looking at their general attitude, I think the Guyana Amazon Warriors and the Trinbago Knight Riders will contest the finals on final on Sunday. And once again, the Guyana Amazon Warriors supporters will be left heartbroken. Trinidad Trinbago Knight Riders will be crowned champion of the 2023 CPL. It is fitting that the first comment I saw is from Sheldon Smith, who said, "Let the chess matches begin," and he's referring to the start of the playoff rounds. I fear that Guyana showed their hand and strategy too early and will pay with their tournament life. You will see I put in the live chat a link that will take you to the comment that I made about Shai Hope earlier in August, at the beginning of August. So those links. Good day, Oran Sims. How are you, my brother? Good to see you here. Welcome to the show. Nice. It's always good to have you here. Shai Hope is the best we have in the Caribbean in all formats now. Raymond Norton is the best in 2 formats, but in Test cricket, there are many, many batsmen that we have better than Shai Hope. Mr. Forum Morning, I am now in a better place as the Talawas are in the playoffs, as I see lightning striking twice. Claude Murphy, I am definitely hoping that you are right. I really hope that you are right. And the statistics of those bowlers will give a lot of confidence to the Jamaica Talawas supporter. Colin Goodrich, Kevlin Anderson is a future West Indies number 4 batsman. He must be given a chance to tour Australia. Colin Goodrich, I entertain your opinion that he may well be a future West Indies batsman, and I hope he does. I hope he will be a star for the West Indies in the future, but he's not yet ready to tour Australia. I guess you are not looking at the marketing aspect. Who wants to see a nominee, a no-name West Indies player? It does not matter how good they are. I can understand your point, and I know that the marketing is important for the world audience, and that the more overseas players that we have in the tournament, it is better for the CPL. But Sheldon, look at it this way now. If you have a bad product and you market it, you are destroying not only the product, but your company. Whatever you said going forward, people will not believe you. So while these overseas players are important for the tournament, it is not any overseas tournament. It is not any and every overseas players can be marketed, because if they are bad, it is not good for the CPL, not only in this tournament, but going forward. Sponsors, like the sponsors in Australia, who a few years ago sued Cricket Australia for the quality of the Big Bash League. Yes, Cricket Australia was sued for the lack of quality by one of the television stations that bought the broadcast rights, for the lack of quality. And so I'm saying, Sheldon, I understand your point, but see what I'm saying, that if you market a bad product, it is worse than not marketing it any at all. And so Colin is continuing. Kevin is one of the best young mid-order batsmen in the West Indies, along with Atanase. And it is always okay, Colin, to give your opinion. And as I said, I commented on it already, I wish him all the best in the future and hope, like there are so many others, like the young man Clark that made 50 last night. There are so many others in the West Indies that we all hope that they will perform. And you see, I always say to people that I have a CARICOM passport. A CARICOM passport. Not a West Indies passport or a Jamaican passport, but a CARICOM passport. So when I'm talking about players, I'm not talking about which country they comes from. I talk about all the players in the Caribbean, in the West Indies. And I wish all of them luck. I wish all of them luck. And I know that persons of individual players that they support. But I wish for the day that we will support players all over the Caribbean. And while last night I was impressed with the cricket I saw, I am saying that some of the players, we must be careful not to push them too far too quickly. Allow them to develop their skills, their fitness, and their strength. Neil Alexander, Shamar Joseph has potential. He does. I wonder why Beaton was chosen ahead of him. Joseph needs a good mentor to show him some variation, and he's good to go. Yes, but both of them played in the match last night, Neil Alexander. And I understand what you're saying there. And I really hope. I have a lot of hope for Shamar Joseph. A lot of hope. I really love this guy. I love this guy. And I really hope, just like persons like Kevin Anderson, that he will mature to be good for the West Indies, along with the many other potentials in the Caribbean, like the McKinley Clark. And there's a young man named O.J. Shields. He too is a very, very good young prospect. And I hope that these guys are guided. I was a bit disappointed last night with the performance of Hakeem Jordan, no doubt. I usually expect more than that from Hakeem Jordan and was not overly impressed by the way he bowled last night. So I really hope that these guys will go through. Greetings, Atina. Good. Ha. I know I could almost sure that Christopher Bristol will be coming on here laughing. Did you say about Guyana yesterday, Brown? Relax, sir. Guyana can't lose. We winning the trophy easily. I want to repeat what I said about Guyana, the people of Guyana. And I want to say to the people of Guyana, I love you. I love you, and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. I understand that you all believe that this year is the Guyana Amazon Warriors year. The feeling around Georgetown and the wider Guyana in extension is that it is inevitable that Guyana will be crowned champion. I want to guard you against this expectation. I want to guard you. It is not inevitable. Many persons, I do not have an issue with Guyana Amazon Warrior winning, but I'm guarding you. It is not a foregone conclusion. Mr. Casanova is saying that Moti has really been bowling well, and yet again, Chase is ahead of our so-called frontline spinners. Not calling anyone name. I can call the name. I know who you're talking. You're talking Akil Hussain. And I know Sheldon knows it, and he will come at you. Trinidad is going to win if they play like they are used to. Shirley, John Baptist, I am picking Trinidad to win the tournament. Sheldon Smith is saying, Mr. Bristol, remember the year Guyana played unbeaten, only to lose in the finals. TKR and Jamaica Talawas have never lost a final. Okay, Mr. Casanova, continue. Hope has outperformed everyone. Hope and Ayub will be key for them to go into the finals. That is so true. And again, I'm going to put in the live chat, as I said, it's in the live chat where I share that link. At the top of the very live chat, I shared the link where earlier in August, I said that Hope will be a star of this year CPL. I saw an interview with Powell stating he's a West Indies selector and is still looking for a spinner after Moti has done better than Akil is ridiculous. Neil Alexander, you see, selection is not a black and white thing. we try to be guided by some principles. And Akil Hussein have done well for the West Indies in T20 cricket. That must be said. He has done well for the West Indies in T20 cricket. Could I have Gutakesh Moti in the T20 squad and even play him along with Hussein in the same 11? That is a possibility, of course. But to draw the line, and persons who have been listening to this commentary, to this cricket forum long enough, will know that I rate Gutakesh Moti highly. I was even attacked on this show once by a member of this community to question why I rate Gutakesh Moti more than Akil Hussein. I was taken to task on that. But I'm guided by basic principles and fairness and not by emotion. We should not overlook what Akil Hussein has done as a West Indies spinner, especially in T20 cricket. That, however, does not take away from the fact that Moti could not play alongside him. But to say that is either Moti or Hussein is not a fair comment. It's not a fair position. It's not called for. Colin, a Russell on a level wicket at 18.45. Shepherd is on 10 wicket at 20.60. Thank you for that update, Colin. Yeah. So Russell is taking wickets at 18.45 and Shepherd is taking wickets at 20.60. Thank you very much, Colin Goodrich. I love that. Mr. Brown, nobody knows what will happen. Each final is an independent event. I see a Guyana Amazon Warriors versus St. Lucia in the final. There will be a first-time winner. Randy Beckers, welcome to the show, and we really appreciate your opinion and your optimism. I really appreciate that, and I have no issue with your opinion being different from mine. I welcome it. I welcome it, and I look forward to more of that. Kevlin Anderson will no longer be working as a security guard after such an innings. Is Kevlin? I know that Shamar Joseph was a security guard. I never knew that Kevlin Anderson was also. Bless up Jermaine Turner. Bless up everyone. Nice to see you here. And Mr. Casanova, Hope will be making a lot more money after this CPL. Mark my word. I'm glad you brought up that point, Mr. Casanova. I'm going to go quickly here now. Shai Hope, and I will just say this, and probably explain it another time. Shai Hope will never play another test match for the West Indies. Mark my word. Nearly TKR will see that they rested their players for no reason. I believe the toss will play a big part. Once Guyana Amazon Warriors bowl first, they can chase any total. That's an awesome batting lineup they have there. Very awesome batting lineup. Anthony Evans. Half of the big name players do not play throughout the tournament or even show up due to international duties. So I don't see the youngsters getting chances ahead of these so-called big name players. Okay, Anthony Evans, thank you for your opinion. And as I always said, we can always have different opinions. And without it is different opinions that make the world dynamic. If we all stay alike, for example, if all girls were pretty, if every girl was beautiful, the world would be a very boring place. So I welcome different opinions. Why we don't see such passion and dedication in the Cedar Bryce players when they're playing for the West Indies? Surely that's a very good question. Joseph was good last night. He's still lacking in consistency in line and length. He was straying a bit last night. Thank you, Anthony Evans, for that comment. Shamar Joseph is one for the future. He has great speed. He should go to Australia whenever. Again, come on, you Award. Is that a fair comment? Is that a fair comment, Award? You Award. Shamar Joseph should go to Australia later this year. Is that a fair comment? What about the other guys who have a body of work? That's Shamar, you award. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate you being a part of the program. And I appreciate you being a part of this community as we try to build the community and not to alienate anyone. But really, you really think Shamar Joseph should be on that plane to Australia? What about the other players who are ahead of him in the pecking order? Younger than him too, just about the same age as him too, and have a body of work and have shown a certain level. I said it earlier, I'm impressed with Shamar Joseph, but I would never call for him to go to Australia. This year is still the year of the Guyana Amazon Warriors going to win the trophy. Going to be a roller coaster in the playoffs though, but they will get there. Darren Williams is saying, I know Shai Hope will be one of West Indies key batsmen. Athena, one must look at what point wickets was taken at the end of the innings. The top of the innings are at the power play. And all of these analyses, and that's why this community is so beautiful with persons like Athena, because we have good analysis here, we have good opinions. Kimani is saying, to think that either Moti or Hussein is rather foolish. Well, I don't want to use the word foolish. I think it's a bit strong, but I got your point, Kimani. That's the exact point I was making. We would be leaving much needed talent on the table at a time when we need it. We forgot how Narayan and Badri shut down batters. Very good reminder that Kimani. Well done, Kimani Larouk. I really like this post. Nothing more to be said. However, I would not have said the word foolish because we do not want to use those strong terms. Coach Simmons will be claiming his second CPL title this year. What else can we expect from Sheldon to say? Coach Simmons, okay, so he repeated it. But we cannot expect anything else from Sheldon. I don't think Shamar, thank you, Neil Alexander. Thank you very much. After one match, remember Royals has a weak batting bowling attack. Thank you very much, Neil Alexander. I appreciate you supporting my point. Lol, if everyone going to Australia, they won't have seats to fit so many. Thank you. We're not short on new and raw talent development. We are not short on raw talent development and exposure. I think John Douglas missed something there. I think he said that we are not short on raw talent. Our problem is to develop the talent and to expose the talent. And I agree with John Douglas 100%. We understand weak batting. Yes, I think I did said weak batting. This tournament still hasn't shown us any promise of a pacer that can partner Joseph right now for the World Cup, or a replacement right and off spinner that can replace Chase. Looks like he keeps his spot. Anthony Evans, that's a very, very good point, That's a very, very good point. And so I am one person who have bashed Chase a lot. There's a young man named Kemar Williamson. He lives in Kingston, Jamaica. Time and time again, Kemar would say to me, Chase is not a good test cricketer and he should not be in the test team. But when you look at Chase's performance in T20 cricket, I am not leaving him out. Kemar Williams is a pain sometimes to point that out to me. I have bashed Chase many times in the past. But right now, the way Chase is performing, it would be unjustified and unfair to leave him out of the West Indies team. Anthony Evans. Also, there still isn't a proper opener to partner with King. And I'm really glad what Anthony Evans is pointing out. He's showing that we go into the CPL looking for a replacement or looking and hoping that those who are presently there will cement their place and give us no doubt in our mind that they are really the best person for the position. Case in point, Ruston Chase. Ruston Chase, and I just explained it. And Anthony Evans, I've just explained it. Thank you. Yes, John Douglas, thank you. Looking forward for good fielding and catching. I want to close by saying that Trinbago Knight Riders are going to win CPL 2023. Have a great day, everyone. May God bless you. Take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones. See you tomorrow evening for the live watch along of the Eliminator.